Good morning, guys. I am so sorry. There was a setting wrong for the show. So now I'm going to have to go and advertise this. If you guys can send the link out to people on X and, oh, this is so frustrating. I gotta get somebody to help me. If you could get, just spread the news. I'm going to stick this on X. Apologies for missing link here. Okay, well, probably going to be a rough morning because you guys don't have the link, and there's probably not going to be many people here. 144 people here already. Apologies again. I am going to take the time right now, I think, to go ahead and you just guys give me a second if you don't mind. Org. All kinds of little issues this morning. And we do have a great morning, by the way. Okay. Hey guys, one of the things that I would like you to do is pray for me because this is always frustrating. It's hard to get all this stuff going. Yeah. I'm just complaining, being a little baby here. How's everybody doing this morning? If you could repost. Add to stage. Background. How about no background? It's so drives me crazy, this kind of stuff. Come on. How do I get these banners off? Hey, Danny, if you're watching, can you take the banner off here? It's just driving me crazy. Okay. Well, nothing else I can do about that. I scheduled it for 10 p.m., not 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. My bad. So probably going to be a light show tonight or today. Interesting. I called it a show. I think I sent a note out. Oh, by the way, do you guys like this format as far as the camera view? Funny enough, the boy. Funny enough, I've been playing around with the cameras, and I think, but you guys tell me what you think. I think this view. Do you like this view better than this view? The camera here is supposedly better, but I really love your comments. I am looking at the comments, and oh wow, I guess I should have been looking at the comments. AA's in the room. Awesome, dude. Thank you for the repost. You're a very positive human being. I really like that about you. Dana, again, if by chance you're in the room or somebody ping Dana, can you get rid of this thing down? Like and subscribe. I don't know what I did. Oh, you like the old view? Okay, so let's see. That view, this view, or oops, um, or this view. This is FaceTime. This is just the FaceTime camera. I mean, it's awesome. It's a lot easier for me. New camera is brighter. So is this the new camera? Smash the like button. I like that too. Like the microphone. Oh yeah. Oh, I got my little things on it. We're gonna have a good session today, guys. I'm just trying to get everybody to get in here. I'm also trying to get myself reorganized. As you know, I'm such a little sunflower. It's so easy for me to get off track. Nah. Now, this is the camera that you guys have been seeing for a long time. This is camera number 1. Camera number 2, Fair Parenting says this is the best camera right here. Camera number 2, you guys are so awesome. Camera number 2 is this one. See, I think it's a little brighter, but it does show my imperfections, the only imperfections I have. Okay, so camera number 2, let me get some votes. This is camera number 2. I'd like a vote. Is camera number 2 preferred? Or is camera number 1 preferred? Which one? I don't really care. It's easier for the second one. This is number 1 and number 2. So we get number 2, number 2. AA says number 2. JG says number 2. Let me just go ahead and smash it on number 2. Make sure everybody understands this is number 2. Kiefer likes number 1. Lori likes number 2. If the girls like number 2, we're going with number 2. I'm telling you right now. The lighting is better on number 2. See, I don't even need that crazy lighting. Oh, wow. A lot of guys like number 1 too, huh? Yeah, number 2 does show the art nicely. All right, well, let's roll with number 1. And if you number 2 right here, and if you guys don't like, 1. Everybody starting to get a lot of 1s, man. All right, it's a better camera. It makes sense to me. And who's ready to start Sunday? You guys ready to start Sunday Mass? Sunday session. This is what I was going to say was that AA Stacks, I think it is. I'd love you guys to consider going to your names, man. It'd be so much easier because I don't really know who I'm talking to. I never really connect AA Stacks with a face or a name or anyway. 2 is more symmetrical. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Line Trash says, I am centered. We're going to start Sunday. We have 795 people in the room. Good morning. It is October the 19th, Sunday, 2025. Oh, wow. So people are still kind of loading up because we didn't do any. They've all been sent to the wrong link. That's the problem. If you got somebody could maybe Phil or Ohio or David, Lori, one of you got maybe a couple of you guys just go on that old link and let people know it was broken. So AA made a comment because I said, hey, come to these Sunday sessions. And he said, these aren't sessions. This is a, what was the word he used? This is a movement. I think that's the word he used, a movement. I like that, man. I love that idea. I got to tell you, I just think that's awesome. We need a movement, folks. We are, ooh, camera 2 is better for me. My man says. See, the old ego, man, can really sidetrack us, can it? I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go pick the person that I like the most. And that's the camera we're picking. JG shows your art nicely. That's the one we're going with. I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. If you guys hate it, you let me know. Okay, let me know. All right. Now, this is also much easier to have a big book here and to work with. Okay, turn that thing off. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with cameras and stuff. Okay, let's chat. And I screwed up. If you're not in the room, you can watch the recording, send it to your family, your friends, your enemies, your associates, anybody that's struggling. Okay, even the people that go to Sunday church, dude. If I applaud you if you have found a place to go to on Sundays that's good for your soul, good for you, good for your family. You can watch this in a recorded space. It's usually family friendly. My theory is if your kid hasn't heard the F word by the time he's 18, it may be time for him to come out of the closet and actually get desensitized to the real world. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. This is number 51. It would have been number 52 had I not got a little carried away on inauguration night in Washington, D.C. I missed an evening or I missed a morning. Woke up Monday and said, oh, wow, I got to do Sunday church. And somebody said, dude, it's Monday. Woo! Okay, so next week will be our first anniversary, 1 year of doing I Am. I'm very, very proud of doing this. This has not been easy. Anyone that is just joining the room, we're probably going to run a little long today, but anyone that's joining the room, I'd like to share with you the story of how I started doing this a year ago. In fact, today would be, the 19th of October. It would be I think the year. But I was painting one evening in my studio and being fairly critical. I'm going to write the word critical down because I think the word critical and the whole action of being critical is been very, very instrumental in helping me understand. What am I going to say? Understand. I think it's helped me to understand myself. Where most people, I think, run away from criticism. I actually use it as a tool, an area that best suggests to me where I should focus my attention. Okay, so one Saturday evening, I'm doing something that I'm not very comfortable doing, and this is going to be the topic of today. The topic today is going to be about the voices in our heads. Who are we listening to? The monologue, the dialogue that goes on between self. I am Gary Cardone. And then there's another voice that comes in. Hey, are you sure? Okay, are you sure? Or there is a, so who believes there's a nut? Do you ever have this dialogue going on? One Saturday night, I'm being critical, saying, wow, I'm feeling lonely, basically. And I said, it'd be really nice to have some place to go to, some community that's not judgmental, that doesn't have a bunch of dogma and exclusivity protocols, that if you do certain things, put your ear here and do this and have a angelic experience, that you are the one of the chosen ones. I like every time the whole religion thing gets exclusive, I just go off of it. Okay, it's a little bit like saying, well, America's the greatest country in the world and we're exceptional, or unique or special, or come on, man, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're human beings. Probably it depends more on our parenting than what country we grew up in. Let's be honest. So I'm being critical. A voice comes smashing into this side of my body saying, well, then why don't you do something about it and start one tomorrow? You have literally, you have all the things you need: a camera, a microphone, and you have a personality, you have a voice, you have an opinion. And Gary, you have read so much material, you've studied, you've spent millions of dollars searching. Why wouldn't you share it with the world? And by the way, oh, big thing, I don't think I ever recognized this was part of the communication. And that is what we're talking: packages of communication. Packages, okay? I'd like you to write packages of communication down. This package comes down, smashes into me. It's a whole paragraph that's literally smashed into one burst of energy into my body. And from that day on, except for the day that I missed in Washington, I said, hey, look, 1,000 people show up in this room. I am compelled to be here. I had no idea that next morning I'd go for 90 minutes and 1,000 people would show up. I was shocked. I thought 200, 110, 50 people would show up, okay? 1,000 people sitting in a church on a Sunday together is a big deal, folks. 21st century, when we have no religion, religion's been destroyed. Like they're burning the churches down. I don't know who they is, but like churches, 100, 200, 300-year-old churches just don't all start burning down every week. They're burning the churches. This is wrong, man. Like, this is really, really, really bad, okay? For us to destroy hope, to destroy searching, communal searching. Now, I was going to say, I don't think that communal work together, you can't grow together, but I don't think that's actually true. This is a community, what's good for me has to be good for the community, right? They should be intermeshing. They shouldn't be different. So I've been doing this and took the road less traveled. Listen to this voice, okay? That, by the way, this voice it feels like it came from without me, from outside of me. It does feel like it came from outside of me. But I can't guarantee you that. I cannot guarantee you that it came from outside of me. So imagine me, I'm here. Let's mock this up, right? So this is me. I'm here. I'm doing something. I have this critical thought. Now, I'm not sure exactly where the critical thought came from either. And this is the point I'm trying to make. I'm painting. Wow, wouldn't it be nice? Now I wish I had my board. I just gave my board to Scott Melker, and the day I gave it to him, I want to use it. Okay, so here's Gary. I have this thought. Oh, wow, I wish I had a church to go to. Another thought comes in from out what appears to be outside of me and says, well, why don't you do something about it, big boy? Another, okay, and then there's another me, except looking at that viewpoint going, hey, why don't I? Maybe I am the priest. And then I remember, oh, wow, I have written down my whole life since I was 22 or 23 years old. I am a great teacher. 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 I've written that down 1,000 times. And I wrote it down 1,000 times because I think most teachers are horrible. I was an awesome student with 2 teachers. Think about that, man. I was an awesome student with 2 teachers, and the rest of them were horrible. I was horrible. Where's the common thread here? Where is the common thread? Okay, I don't think it's me. I think it's the bad teaching, man, the boring teaching. And they make it about me. Then they want to say, hey, you need to get on ADHD drugs, dude, because you can't listen to a boring teacher. Who can listen to a boring teacher? Who? Okay, so I show up here. Now, that's not what we're talking about. We're not here to like, oh, wow, Gary did something awesome. It has nothing to do with me, in fact. This has nothing to do with me, okay? The added piece for this, for you that don't know the whole story, I said I will only do this if I am massively authentic. And by massively authentic, I just use really hyperbolic words just to go, hey, I'm not going to be a fake here. Okay. I will not put my head into a camera and a microphone and start having 10 people follow me or 1,000 people follow me and I'm lying to them. I will not do that. This is not part of my deal. I'm not gonna have it. I think it takes a lot more guts to do this authentically. By the way, I have a premise, a base first principle belief that if you authenticity is authenticity is the rarest resource, product, commodity on planet Earth. Authenticity is the most rare characteristic in humanity. Okay. And that, my folks, is what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about authenticity. How can you be authentic if you don't know what's driving your train? People are going to, well, okay, so this is going to be a question here. We have to get a baseline. What we're talking about today is voices in and within self. Let's play a little game. Okay. First off, I'd like to know of the 1,600 people in here, do you agree that do you have a monologue with yourself? Do you have a monologue with yourself? Is there anyone in here going, what am I doing listening to this guy? Why am I wasting my time in here? I should be doing this. He's an idiot. Or whatever I should be doing something else. Do you have a dialogue with some entity other than self? I mean, and so, okay, maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe I'm not asking it correctly, but do you understand what I'm saying? Do you have an inner dialogue? Because I hear people that believe people don't, that there are people out there that don't ever, they take a job and they don't really ask themselves if that's the job they really want to take. They just take it. Okay. So let's see. We got Line Trash says, yes, observing the observer is very hard, but noticing that it is there is the first step to wake up. See, I like that. Okay. In fact, well, let's look at what the audience thinks on some of these things. This is the question. Okay. Anthony Canafio, good Italian boy. Of course, all day long. Okay. So the question is, do you have actions and communication going on internally? In other words, no other human being in real life. Now, it may be your mom's voice. I could have my mom's voice. Man, this is horrible spaghetti. Or Gary, you're why didn't you dress up? Or Gary, you're not eating enough, or blah, 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 whatever. Right. Okay. So I think the audience believes, 100%. Weston Vulture says, yeah. Adrian Martinez, I'm my own best friend. You know what, dude? I actually believe that's true. And the opposite, the absolute extreme opposite, is also true. Does journaling make sense? Well, who's journaling? I am, fill in the blank and listen. And we're going to play that game, okay? Lori says, hey, this is the higher self. I agree with you. And we're going to talk about maybe there's another self too. Like, at least for me, there is. Okay. It's not all higher self. It's, well, we'll get to that. Kiefer says, yes. Dave, good to have you here, buddy. David's always an awesome guy. David, you're nicer than your image portrays you to be. I just think it might be the glasses. So I don't know why I always wanted to tell you that, but I wanted to. Hey, King Daniel the Great, repost for most people to hear this message. Thank you, sir. Monologues, dialogues, diatribes. Oh, Mark Kramer, there he is. I love Mark Kramer. He's always bringing value. Monologues, dialogues, and diatribes. Here's a man who's got a multitude of different voices inside or around him, most certainly, or he wouldn't have said it that way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. Thank you. Granny's Garden is not a great Sunday without you here. Oh, great Sundays, great Sundays. Yes, the monologue won't shut up sometimes. Yeah, okay, that's good. So y'all agree. Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone else out there, please, that has no inner dialogue? That, you take a job or go out on a date or you're painting something and you're not communicating your satisfaction or dissatisfaction or judgment, criticism, or approval. Rachel says, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Thank you. Lots of voices. Kramer says, yeah. Yeah. See? Okay. So we buy that. I think we buy that. For you that don't have an inner voice, you're not going to like this show. I do hear that there are people that do not have an inner dialogue. I have heard this for the last few years, that there's no monologue. I think that's frightening. Okay. I think that is absolutely frightening. Hey, Dana, I see you in the room. Is there a way for you to get rid of the stuff at the bottom of my page? Okay, let's play a game. And the game is this. I want you to say the following words to yourself. Okay, and write them down. Does everybody have their book? I have my book. Like my book, I am going to be so proud of my book when I'm done. Okay, I have a whole year's worth of book here. Comments from last week. Okay, this is what I came out with last week. I am my intention. I am my intention. Now, this is really, really important, okay? I am my intention, okay? I also write in here, core, C-O-R-E, equals authenticity. I am convinced authenticity is the key. It is the key to unlocking self. My authenticity with you, my authenticity with other people, my authenticity with myself, man. It starts with authenticity of self. I must discover the breadth of me. I am a spectrum. Okay, there's red. Look at all these colors behind me. All these colors behind me. And I am either black and white or like extreme, like heavy duty color, right? Look at these cats. Okay, I like the colors. Okay, I like a colorful life. I like extremes. I am very different than most people. I have always felt abnormal. Abnormal. Okay. So I need you to make the following statement now that you guys all went and got your books. Okay. If you don't have a book, I will sell you a book. Okay. I'm gonna make some t-shirts like this. Who's the man that made the man? I just haven't even followed up with him. I have to do the business with him though. Anyway, I'll take 100 t-shirts, man. Long sleeves, short sleeves. But I do like the one of one. Who wants one? We need a book called 101. So you're going to write this down. I am great. I want you to write down, I am great. I want you to turn off all the noise in your mind, in your space. If you've got music in the background, turn it off. I want you to listen to what the response is. Say it. I am great. Look at yourself in the eyes if you can. If you're in, I am great. I am great. What comes back? Anything? Because, dude, I have so much noise. It's crazy. The first thing I do, by the way, the more I do this in public, the less it bothers me. I just get flat on it. I think that's a Scientology word. They get, they just keep repeating the same thing over and over and they get flat on it. But I am great. I've said it now so many times in public that I'm like, oh, okay, well, look, I am great, man. I am great. But I have all these things. My mother's voice, like, hey, son, keep your head down. I will have all these other, hey, wow, man, they're going to think they're going to think you're selling something. They're going to think you're trying to promote yourself, that you're better. All this noise, okay? I need you to write down what your voices are saying, if it's saying anything. When you say, I am great, say it out loud. Could you walk to your wife or your friend or your boyfriend and go, hey, by the way, I am great, and feel cool about it? In order to be authentic, I must be first authentic with myself. Do you agree? If I don't know myself, how can I possibly be authentic? How? If I've never asked myself, hey, where are these voices coming from? Okay. I am a great leader. I don't need to keep waiting around for a leader to show up. If you walk into a room and you can't spot the guy, you are the guy, dude. Okay. Lead, take control. It is the inner voice or some voices, maybe the outer voice, some shadow. Carl Jung talked about the shadow. Joseph Campbell wrote for 30 years on the archetypes and the shadows. It is the shadow that I learn more about my greatness than anywhere. I must tell you, okay? It is the part of me that I hate, that I want to deny, that I want to repress, suppress, not share, not communicate, and most certainly not confront. But it is the thing I must confront the most because it is I that am the one of one. I'm so busy. I have spent my life, and I think you have spent your life so uncomfortable with your one-on-one that you have been stacking shit on top of yourself for 30 years. I suspect the average age in here is probably older than that, but for 30 years, For the first 30 years, I spent all my life sticking other people's belief systems on top of me. 30 years. 28, I started maturing. Hey, why am I talking about me? Why am I not going, hey, you need to do this and you need to do this and you need to go say 4 Hail Marys, because I don't like preachers and priests and teachers and perfect people telling me what the fuck I'm supposed to do. What I'm really interested in doing is seeing great people share their life and how they get through the confusion of self. I show up here, just want to I have to remind myself. I need to remind myself I am the brush here. I did not prepare. I got maybe 14 words written down here. I am great. I am good. I am a great leader. And then question, response, self-dialogue, inner voice, interactors, shadow figures, communication packages, critical voice, authenticity, voices. That's it. That's all I got written down here, okay? I am a brush. I am a conduit. Whatever message I'm getting, I have to actually listen to these sometimes in retrospect because I have really no idea what is being communicated. I'm simply attempting to be the brush here. Believe it, don't believe it, buy into it. Why? Because I'm terrified of my ego. I will honestly tell you, I am absolutely terrified of my ego. I'm terrified of the addiction potential, the weakness of the ego to become consumed with adulation and attention. And as soon as that happens, the moment I become interested in how you're responding and whether you like me or not, or whether I'm approved of, is the moment I am no longer authentic. I am no longer authentic. If you walk into a space and you can't find the leader or understand you or that leader, okay? Like, this is really, really simple. Every environment I walk into, I look around and go, am I part of the solution here? If I am not a part of the solution, make certain I do not become a part of the problem. Which means, like, some people have said, oh, wow, Gary's quite quiet sometimes. I am quiet because other people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I don't have any value to bring there. It is important for me to accept my authentic role of having no value in that spot other than being a listener, a participator, active participator. Like, I'm paying attention to these people because they're have expertise in a field that I'm interested in. I don't always have to be doing something. My intention, okay, that's what I learned last week, dude. Intention is senior to everything. Intention is senior to everything. My intention to be authentic ensures this will be successful. Think about that. How cool is that? Who wouldn't be worried about doing this? And then, hey, what if it fails? What if I look stupid? What if I say something dumb? What if they record it? What if the lawyers record it and keep it and then sue me? You know, poor people never have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? You understand that I come on here on Sundays and there is a part of me, it's a voice, by the way. I have dozens of voices inside of me. Now here's an area where lawyers could abuse this one day. let's say I get involved with somebody and then they start telling me starts claiming I'm crazy. All you got to do is go back to October the 19th and go, Gary, on a recording video, did not look inebriated. And he said he has many, many, many voices inside of his head. Yeah, I did. And I think most people do. It is only until I really started to listen to the insanity. I think I have more crazy, negative, critical, counter communication packages than I do positive ones. And you guys will think I'm one of the most positive people you've ever met. Dude, the inner voices inside of me are massive. They're massive. Okay. Now I use the word communication packages. And why did I use that word? The reason is, if you notice, when whatever you call it is communicating with you, interesting. Mark Kramer down there said, philosophy is a luxury. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Some of the most philosophical, best people I've ever known in my life were. So, very interesting comment, Kramer. I think this is my issue with what I'm doing here is I worry, just based on what you said. Oh wow, this is a rich guy sitting around on a camera being philosophical. But the truth is, if I think about the greatest good I could ever bring this planet, I've hired thousands of people, work for tons of people, build businesses. What's it? The greatest possible good I could do on this planet would be to be honest, man. To be honest and authentic. Hey, look, it appears that I have done really well, but the truth is, I uh, one, thank you, Lord, for giving me a little luck. People ask me how you're doing. I'm like, better than I deserved it. Like that is always my answer. Better than I deserve. And I think most of us are doing better than we deserve. If I just think people, there are people that have had bad breaks. I know a guy that's probably 25 years out of being in a gutter with crack and on crack, and he's one of the most honest human beings I've ever met in my life. I would literally let him hold every Bitcoin I have and my homes and everything else. Unbelievable human being. Some of the greatest lessons I've ever learned from other human beings about who I am as an entity have come from broken human beings. So I think and Kramer, I know you were just spitballing, but I don't think it's just a luxury. I think actually it's quite heroic. I think it's quite heroic to confront the inner voices. And there's people in this room that understand what I'm talking about, okay? There's a lot of voices, and this communication comes in a package. It is not coming in sentences. It comes in a whole package. That communication, for me to be here on a Sunday, and by the way, it is frightening for me to say that. Why do I keep repeating this story? Y'all are probably really bored of it. I'll tell you why. Because one, it is what happened. Communication package smashes into me. Hey, why don't you start your own church? And literally, I am, dude. Like, I knew what I was going to do. Now, That is a communication package. It was a microsecond. A microsecond. It did not require any clarity. It did not require rephrasing. It did not, it just smashed into me. Now I had to be aware and alert and not fight it. I'm going to tell you, you're getting smashed with these communications and you don't know it. Okay. In order to be authentic, I must become aware of what's really happening to me authentically. Okay. There is a lot of communication happening both internally and externally, and I'm responding to most of it. Yeah, see, here's a guy. Somebody said, consume the information, but don't let it consume you. First, I must understand that it is there. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you to say the following thing: I am a great leader. And listen to what comes back. I am a great leader. Please say that to yourself. I am a great leader. Say it out loud. I am a great leader. If you're like me, some of you, at least half of you, will be, oh, yeah, I said it, but they're not real. I said it, but like as soon as they came out of my voice, they died. They have no, it has no energy. You're going to find, I think, warning, you're going to find that I will be very surprised. Don't want to put anything negative on you, but uh, I want to be. I think you're going to find that these voices are more negative than they are positive. I don't know why that is, but I think you're going to find that there is more negative energy when you start confronting it than than there is positive. I would bet you a lot on that fact. It is for me, for sure. Negative, negative, negative Nelly. Now, my mother, look, I grew up in a family that was really scared all the time. So no kidding. Voices. You got to start listening to the voices. Otherwise, I won't get through the filter of becoming truly me until I begin to understand that I am a composite makeup of all the things I've read, consumed, believed, watched movies about, you know, love and romance and heroes and war and peace. And, I accepted who I wanted to be in all those adventures. I wanted to be Robin Hood. I wanted to be the victor, the champion, the superhero. I appreciate there are people out there that don't want to be a superhero. They want to be something else. They want to be a great poet or whatever they wanted to be, and then they were shaped or conditioned to be in our society. And every society has conditioning and shaping. It is my job. It is my job if I really trust the whole God thing, then I should trust everything inside of me, and I should be like doing everything I can to get to that inner voice, me, the perfect me, the God me. See, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to the God me. I'm going to write that down because it's a big deal for me. The God me. What is that? The primal voice. Okay. The unfettered me. The unadvertised, unpromoted, no added ingredients necessary. Okay. Like I use this when it's needed. I don't overuse it. I don't underuse it. Just like I don't underuse or overuse a weapon, right? I am a great leader. My voice has to be clear of any friction on that comment. Do you understand? When you say I am, every one of you guys should write down. There's 1,100, 2,700 people in the room. Tell me what you are. I want you to, I am God. Is that hard for you to say? I am great. I am good. I am rich. I am rich beyond belief. I am brilliant. I am exceptional. I am one of one, man. Hmm? One of one. I've got massive amounts of investments in one of 21 million. And I'm a one of one. And this, I really want to thank the Bitcoin community for. Just that one, hey, wow, I'm investing in a Bitcoin. It's one of 21 million. And I'm like, and I knew it was grossly undervalued based on Bitcoin, actually based on authenticity and true supply and demand. Because I realized, my God, dude, Anthony, Silvio, JG, Mrs. Huddle, all these people, all of you guys are one on one, and y'all spend your time beating each other up. You spend time looking at me going, wow, look, he's rich and he's only using $100 microphone. Well, dude, like, I don't know why I should go buy $1,000 microphone. Does it sound okay? That's all I care about. Does it sound okay for you? Because I can't even hear it. Okay. I just want to know it works well. I am a great leader. I am a great leader. What possible, what possible force would resist a human being saying, I am a great teacher leader? Explain to me that, please. Explain to me what part of good would attempt to defy someone wanting to be a great leader and teacher. I am authentic. I think those are the words that are the hardest words to say. Okay. I am authentic. Listen to the voice, man. You're probably not going to do it on this show. Okay. But I want you to start being aware of the voices in and around you, not people. Get away from people. People hang out with too many people. I think people hang out with too many people. Sorry, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I have had to learn it the hard way. I have wasted years of my life in collection with unnecessary people. Unnecessary for me. Unnecessary for me and unnecessary for the journey that I am on. I cannot do 40 journeys in 90 years, guys. I can't. I don't think you can. I think you can do a bunch of journeys, but you're not going to do many of them well, just like you can't have 37 professions. I choose to be a master of a few things, not a master jack off artist of many. I'm sorry. To me, that is the right word, though. I want to be the master of myself. I don't need to be the master of the internet or the master of the digital world, the master of, whatever. I need to be the master of myself, man. I am my own master. I am. I am here to help, to aid, to support, encourage, to impact the world in a very positive way, irrespective of how people respond to me. I'm going to say this, and I'm probably not going to be very, very popular for it. I think people are getting married. People are talking about getting married, 18, 20, 22. I think that's a massive mistake. I got to tell you, okay? I don't think you know who you are till you're 28. A man must prove his value on this planet. That's just the way it works, okay? A man, at least. I don't know about women, but till men aren't even close to being productive and valuable till they're around 30. Women, on the other hand, in that they can make babies when they're 13, they're probably valuable, peak value, somewhere between 15 and 30. Yet a man's value, he matures late, and the women, I'm just going to be a little critical. You guys all make fun of how long it takes us to mature. However, that maturity, um, their value, a man's value actually, unless you're just finding 18-year-olds to throw into a war, because ain't nobody, under, no one over 28 would be stupid enough to go fight a war in some other country, just so we could have $300 crude oil or $100 crude oil. No, no, no. That's why they send the kids, because they're stupid, dumb, and dumber. My point is that if a man doesn't mature till he's 28, how the hell can he get married at 24? And not compromise his uniqueness, his rareness, his one of oneness. Sometimes, and the painting has been really, really awesome for me to see this. Uh, why did I just say that about people? When I'm around people, look, if I go on a date, let's just be authentic. If I go on a date, I am a different person than when I'm in here. If I'm in a business meeting, I'm a very different person than when I'm on a date. If I meet a new person socially, male or female, I'm different and maybe a little less comfortable than I am with people I know really well. Oh, wow. We've just identified Gary as a mutation. He's morphing all the time. Damn right I am. Everyone's morphing. We're adapting. We're trying to be liked. We're trying to fit in. We're trying not to upset anyone else. Somebody on Dana made a comment. Gary doesn't care what anybody thinks. It's funny that people think that about me. I don't. Well, I am the master. Granny, I am the master too, but it takes a very I am the master. Yeah, it does take a long time. Well, why shouldn't it? It's masterful, man. We're talking next level. Okay, we're talking, oh wow, I'm 22 years old and haven't figured it all out yet. Shame on me. That's like saying that you're going to be a professional ball player for 30 years and gosh, you didn't figure it out on day 15. Of course, you had to become a master. You become a master. You don't wake up and you're masterful. I'm not gonna. I ain't going anywhere doing anything until I understand who I am and what's driving me. These voices will drive me. Oh, I like that woman over there. I should go talk to her. Oh, don't be foolish, dude. She's too young for you. I don't even know how old she is. She's not 12, not 20. Okay. Like I just immediately do these things, right? Um, Look, if I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's no way you don't have these voices. And if you don't have these voices, man, I have no idea why y'all are listening to me. I used the word intention earlier, Intention is senior. The thing is, what if I have a personality over here, for lack of a better way to describe it, Mr. Humble. Let's say I got a little guy inside of me. I know that's hard to imagine uh, that I would have a Mr. Humility, but a fake humility. Okay, a humility that's it's actually a lie. Gary, don't become a public figure. No, it's not good for you, man. People aren't going to like you. Let someone else do it. Someone better than you do. You're not. It's look. Why you want to do that? It's too much work, dude. These are real voices. That's why I'm fairly, what's the word, unempathetic with certain scenarios I hear people pitch out there. Um, I need to listen to less people, guys. I would actually go down your list if you really want to understand who you are as a human being. Actually, I have really little interest in knowing who I am as a human being. I really want to know who am I as an infinite being, because at my core, I was going to say, at my core, I am one thing. Not sure that's true. I am a complex entity, and I had the my job is to. I mean, for 18 years of one's life, you have other people telling you what's the truth. By the way, most of these people have no idea what the truth is. Most of it's all, cooked on some story that was passed on to someone else. This is my big gripe with religion. Not to offend anyone, but I'm pretty sure there is not one religion that's perfect or right, and that in fact every book that's ever been written about the subject has in some way been altered, mutated, changed. But I'm going to bet my entire life that the books we have available to, I will bet my entire future existence, my infinity, that the books that I have access to are not the full story of humanity, or my humanity, or this planet, or humanity, full stop. And if that really upsets your sensitivity and your religion, I would beg you to go, look, if your religion is that secure, why are you letting me upset you? Shouldn't upset you. You should just look at it and go, oh, that poor man is so confused. And you should pray for me. But you're not going to convince me otherwise until we see all the books. And most certainly, you're not going to convince me that Jews, Catholics, Baptists, or Scientologists, or New Age, walkies. None of these people are above anyone else. No one ever, never, ain't gonna happen. I know people that are in gutters that are better human beings than some people that go to church every day. Every day. Wouldn't get out of their car to help someone. Okay. That is not Christianity, in my opinion. You call it whatever you want. It's not Gary. Okay. Gary, hey man, help other people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Let's help other people. I get scared to help other people. You ever see somebody at the side of the road and they look a little scrunchy and you're like, shit, dude. Whose voice is that? I have two guns sitting with me. What am I worried about picking somebody up, helping a man? Throw them some cash. Why do I get all nervous? Hey, it's a nervous world. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I am not important. I am not important. Let's play that game. I want you to say to yourself, and I want you to write it down, I am not important. I am irrelevant. I am unnecessary. I'm not needed. By many, I am not wanted. I will not be missed or forgotten. How does that feel? I am unimportant. How does it feel to say that? And what is the reaction? Do you have a reaction internally, externally? Where does it happen in your body or around your body? Start identifying areas that communicate to you in your body. You will start to see these voices show up. Okay, like I still have a bit of a mother voice. My Concetta Nielli, dude, she sits about right here, man. Okay. Now I know it's her voice. Like when I say it's her voice, it's here's a really, really, really great example. I think this is a good example. My mother was a interesting creature. Not one time in my life, not one time, did I ever see my mother ask any human being for a cup of sugar. Not a cup. Not a cup of sugar. And I have seen on many occasions where people needed something and she would go out of her way to bring it to them, deliver it, offer it, give it freely without any kind of trick. You see that 30 times, 300 times, 3,000 times. And what do I learn from it? I give, but I don't receive. Right? See, it's a bad message, man. And the bad message about it is that most people love helping me. In fact, if I can get my ego out of my own way, all you perfect people, for a guy like me to ask for help from someone, to show someone else that I am not perfect and that I need clarity and someone to look at my universe from a different perspective and give me a different angle on it. I am unnecessary. I'm not needed. I'm not wanted. Dude, like I'll get angry. No. That's just not true. Okay. And it may be I'll look around at you guys and go, shit, dude, Kramer's not going to do it. I have to do it. That's probably the only time the criticism from me is legit. because I am a judgmental man. And the judgmentalness for me is really, really, really helpful. The judgmentalness is, shit, man. If Robert's not going to do it, is Robert going to do it? I don't think Robert's going to do it. Okay. I don't think Robert's got the, is Robert going to, swing it out there and go, hey, COVID's wrong, dude. This is the kind of stuff that I'm saying that it's people aren't going to like me sometimes. I've been hated by people and I mean, attacked. I am authentic. I am authentic until it gets too expensive. I am authentic until it gets too uncomfortable. Shit, dude. I'm trying to find the God in me. Okay. So if you guys think I'm going to be worried about you getting offended, the problem is, Dana, the problem is not enough people have been honest with people. We have been sugarcoated. In fact, we've been put, hey, good job, when it's not a great job. We have, I don't want people to dislike me, but you know what? I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and go, wow, dude, you lied. You lied. You did not tell the truth. By the way, not standing up and telling the truth is not telling the truth. It's not complicated. It is not, oh, wow, I didn't say anything. I'm not guilty. Hello? You're more guilty than the other guy that lied. At least he put it out there. At least he had the guts to go, hey, let's see if anybody looks. Okay? He just tried it on, man. I don't, oh my, I'm really messing this thing up. I don't really understand how we even get to anything else. See, there's the part of me that does have, like, I have an inner voice that is perfect, but I also have some other voices, and that is what I have to like filter through. I have to like, I think I have more voices than like people really ever talk about. I mean, dozens of them. In fact, I think people may get very uncomfortable once you start actually talking about how many voices there are. We never talk about this stuff. We talk about schizophrenia. We talk about manic. We talk about bipolar, you know? And like, it's not cool to talk about, hey, man, I have a lot of different sides to me. What was the point of my mother, Concetta Nieli Cardone, and her inability to ask for help? You know what? I think she really, really, really did a lot of people a disservice. And the disservice was that she had the ability to allow people to help her, and they would have really felt great about themselves to be able to help Concetta Nieli Cardone. They would have been like over the moon. In fact, the value of who they are as human beings would have increased. But my mother's ego and her fear of being asked for something later was born out of her need to survive. And as a child, she was like, dude, don't ask anybody for help. They're going to exploit the shit out of you. 86 years, 40 years, 126 years later, you got sons and their kids all like being in super control, never showing themselves, showing everybody what their legacy Cardone looks like. And we're perfect and we don't do. Oh man, I think that's the wrong message. Okay. We're not perfect. Nothing about me is perfect. My imperfection is perfect. If I can embrace my imperfection, it leads me to my brilliance. This is why I love doing the I am not part. Oh, by the way, I am not. I am not is it is the place everyone should start unless you just immediately know who you are. I am not a bad teacher. I will not teach if I'm going to be a bad teacher. I am a qualified voice. I don't speak unless I really understand and know something. My intention is good when I communicate. It's not to make fun of people or to be derisive of people or to, in fact, elevate myself. The moment I get interested in how you respond to my message is the moment I have lost my way. Okay. I'm not an entertainment community. Okay. I'm not an entertainer. If I take on the role of being an education provider, if I try to teach, I need to be entertaining. Okay. But I don't need to look, I am the brush. I am not the source. I am so just tickled pink to be the brush. Intention is senior. I continue to believe intention is senior in all things. I will sit here and write as long as necessary what my intention on this planet is. Okay. If you want to discover who you are, ask yourself, what is your intention? It'll come to you, man. My intention, just to survive. Okay. Well, that's where you're at right now. Okay. If that's where you're at, go read a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, Og Mandino. 90 days. That's it, dude. You'll be done with the book in 90 days. It should take 9 months to do it, but if you're in so much pain right now that the concept of I am and listening to voices is so painful, read the book by is it Norman Vincent Peale? No, Peck, called The Road Less Traveled. The Road Less Traveled. The Road Less Traveled is a book that every family, every human being that's interested in self, is interested in getting through a rough spot, and you will have a rough spot in your life. You will have a rough spot in your life if you live long enough. Believe me, I guarantee it. It will shake you at your very, very core. And if you haven't had it, get prepared for it because you will if you live long enough. Always amazed at super rich people that all say, hey, how everything's all cool. And it's like, yeah, let me know. Let me know when the moment comes, man. Because the moment comes for everyone. My intention, I am a great leader. That's one of my intentions, right? I'm not going to wait on you to do it. I don't trust you to do it. Hell, I barely trust myself to do it. I know how hard this is, that it's kind of left to me to do it. That's why I was never a doubt. Oh, okay, I'm going to go do Sunday. I don't have to want or like I don't really like making commitments out like this. I can't even believe I said it. Hey, I'll be here every week, but I did say it, and I don't back up on my trades. I'm really trusting God here, and I hate using that word because I think it's been bastardized so many times, minimized, diluted. We should use it less frequently. By the way, I don't ask God all the time to help me, okay? Like, he's got other shit to do. If there's a God around, like, I'm sure he's going to be dealing with other stuff rather than my little bullshit. I am me. My job is to discover fully who me is. I have no clue who put me on this planet, why I was put on this planet, and why I was put on this planet right now, but I am here, I think. And I'm certain that the odds for a guy like me to get to where I am today is near impossible. And it is, I guess I'll go ahead and say it is my duty and my obligation to show up. Now, I know people that go, wow, duty obligation, man. You're really like doing it out of maybe guilt or what. Yeah, yeah, okay. If that's what needs to drive me, awesome. But I don't think, look, I was told to be here, I show up. The reason I'm talking about voices today is that until I can confront that I have this other information bashing around me that I never even confronted, how will I ever be able to hear that small inner voice that so many have written about for thousands of years? The inner voice of knowledge and truth. I know more about God in looking at the inner knowingness, the inner truth. Like there's always, oh, wow, yeah, that's true, man. I got it. It just, that is the piece I want most importantly to touch, okay? Because I think it gives me the greatest opportunity to become as close to being what I'm supposed to be, which I don't even know what that is, but let's call it, hey, if I'm a light, if I'm a light, then perhaps, am I a light at 8,000 looms or am I 800 lumen light? If you're an 800 lumen light right now, but you have the capacity for 80,000, why wouldn't you want to be that bright? You clearly were given the capacity to do it, but you're only running at 800 lumens. I have a really authentic and entertaining or decent way of communicating with people, but I'm not going to use it. Really? Wow. I'll let somebody else do it. And then I'll look at them and go, wow, look how talented they are. They're so talented. No, dude, they're just courageous. They're just doing what they were told to do. Okay. Or they're following their inner voice, their dream. It is only when my inner voice is betrayed by me and I listen to you. And this is the part of me where the Danas of the world will say, Gary doesn't care about anybody and what anybody thinks. If you care about what anyone thinks, you should write that down. I care what other people think. Hang with that all day long. You shouldn't care what anybody thinks. No one should care what I think about them. If you admire me and you think I'm like awesome and awesome, I got why you would want some. Hey, look, man, what do you think? Yeah, dude. Getting approval from people is awesome. Most people are not doing things because they're scared of the approval, Dana. They're scared of doing the things that need to be done that nobody ever does, that it becomes a little uncomfortable to say or do. And it is only if you have decided to be authentic and honest, except on Monday through Fridays with vendors that I do massive business with. Everyone else I'm going to be really straight up with. But if I do a bunch of business with you, I'm not going to be really honest. I'm going to stay away from those topics that are a little nerve wracking, that are, shall we say, politically sensitive, socially unacceptable. You know what socially unacceptable is? Killing a bunch of kids in the Ukraine, or claiming that some black ops program on October the 7th, 2 years ago, was not a complete uh, scam to start another war. Let's see, January the 6th, I think in Washington, that was a complete mocked up. I'm going to just say something real straight up here that nice little beautiful authors and with their publishers won't tell you, but you know, you can either get on this I am train and do what other people have been unwilling to do, including my parents and everyone in between them and me. Unwillingness to look at self, unwillingness to stick out like a sore thumb, an unwillingness to say no to society when we went so far off the rails. You know, we don't actually have enough people that don't give a fuck about what you think. We should celebrate the I don't give a fuck what you think people, because there's not enough of us, man. There is absolutely not enough of us. And so, you know, Dana, and I'm not picking on Dana, she's never seen me ever do anything harmful to another person, not intentionally. I care what I think. I can't listen to something. Now, look, my job is not policeman, but I can't sit there and listen to some crap and not confront it if I'm asked. And if it's outrageous enough, not to confront if I'm not asked. I am an authentic leader and my intention is to teach honesty and how to access one's power and to do so in a way that does not place me in a position of being superior to anyone. Like I'm doing this with you. I am becoming better. What does that mean? I am becoming more me, man. And in this discovery of being comfortable with me, I no longer need your approval or your adulation or your warmth, even. I don't need to not be able to communicate in a full package. If I cannot communicate in a full package to someone very clearly and easily, may not be the right frequency. And there's no shame in the frequency problem. Maybe it's the wrong time. There's so many dimensions that we don't ever consider. There's so much. I think it has made me a better person to consider the voices inside my head and how profound they are. The more I listen for voices, the more characters that I discover. It's really, really fascinating. I did something last Tuesday. I can't actually even believe I did it. I'm not going to communicate what I did, but let me tell you something. I did something Tuesday, and I'm like, while I'm doing it, I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. I look back on it and I go, my God, dude, what were you thinking? I don't think I was. I think there was another part of Gary that has just not been completed. Does it make does that make me bad? I don't think so. It makes me kind of like flawed, regular human trying to figure it out, dude. Sometimes I go down roads that I mean, you guys have seen me go. Friends of mine have seen me go down past. That's going to be a rough one. I mean, shame on you guys for not telling me I was getting involved with the wrong woman. The amount of people that knew I was getting ready to have a problem is amazing. It irritates the shit out of me. You guys are telling me now. Okay, so we're going to start wrapping up here. I think the voices conversation is a big deal, guys. I thought this show was going to be more interesting for me. It's really hard to talk about where these come from. I am a great artist. I don't even want to say that. Even today, I am a great artist. It's really, the words come out, but they don't really have full weight. Y'all know that too, right? Because I don't think I am. But I ain't going to stop saying it. See, I am striving. I am a great artist. I am behaving like a great artist in that I have a paint room. I have canvases that I've invested in. I have paint. I have books that I look at other people's paintings and admire them, get ideas. It's really the inspiration. And I force myself into this room, into the paint room. Like I make time to learn how to do this, whether I like it or not. So my intention is to become a great artist. My intention is to prove to the world, actually, that someone can become very, very, very good at something from nothing. And by the way, my nothing is negative. For me to even have art up in my home, I've already succeeded. I can buy a lot of art, dude. And I keep putting up my art because, like, hey, it's colorful, works for me. I'll buy it. Well, why do I need your approval? See, that I could never have done before. Like, for me to hang up a painting in my own home is a monster deal, much less to have people over. Now, in fairness, I don't have anywhere else to hang it. Nobody else is buying it. But I wanted to be able to produce art that was good enough for me. I think I've done that. So don't tell me you can't do it. It's about intention and it's about focus. And I can't be, out hound dogging 30 nights a week, a month, and then coming home and painting. That's not going to work. Okay. Me being a playboy and painting, me being Mr. Social, me doing X spaces all the time and getting turbulated, upset, jacked up, macked up, racked up on stupid shit is not helping me discover me. I have to be quiet, get away from the noise. Don't ask anybody what they think. Ask myself, discover who I am. I am not simple. I am a complex entity with lots of moving pieces here. It is not my job to do your work. It is not my job to do your discovery, but it's also not your job to sit in therapy for a million years. If it lasts that long, guys, there's something wrong, okay? You're not confronting the thing. It shouldn't last this long. Okay? You shouldn't be in therapy for the rest of your life. You haven't dealt with the core issue. The core issue is I am an incredibly talented human being who fails, resists, and fights accessing my full potential. That's probably the most accurate definition of me. I am an F-35 and I have yet to read the damn instruction manual. Hey, I love you guys. I want you to go out and I want you to help somebody today. I want you to help a stranger, someone you do not know. That means 4,000 people. You get out of your home You have to get out of your house today. If you don't get out of your house, even walk across the street, then you have failed. Everyone get out of their house today. If you're not mobile and you can't move, pick up the phone, send somebody some flowers. Call somebody that you've been upset with for 1,000 years and say, "Hey man, I was thinking about you. I want you to know that," whatever you need to say. Do something nice for someone today, dude. Ask someone to help you like my mother wouldn't do. Guess what? Unlike my mother, you're going to give someone the opportunity to feel good about themselves today, to feel valuable about themselves, to feel worthy of being on planet Earth. Okay? You guys want me to feel good about myself? Oh, wow, man. Tell me that you helped somebody today and that my time, dude, 4,000 people go out and help one other human being they don't know today. I have done my duty. Okay, this is awesome. This is an awesome use of my time, my capability, my experience, my strength, my pain, my failures. All of that, dude, is worth it. If 4,000 people, 4,100 people just go help some other human being today and say, "Hey, by the way, I learned this on Sundays at 10:30 a.m., something called I Am, this guy, Gary Cardone." Give him the link, man. Every homeless person can watch this. Every family member, every man that's struggling with his career, every wife who's struggling with the divorce, with the kids, with the pregnancy, with the illness, everybody can listen to this. Nobody's going to get hurt listening to this. I love you guys a lot. I really do. I really care about those of you I know, and those of you, look, your intention to be here is awesome. Chris Stevenson, thank you for being here. Savant, thank you. Mark Kramer, thank you, bro. Lee Ziegler, as always, thank you always for being here, buddy. You're just such a wonderful person. John Neeson, Unacceptable Jet or Jate, Rachel, Elizabeth. You guys are really sweet. You're very awesome. I try to read all these comments. They're really, really, they're inspiring. Anyway, thank you very much. Do something great for each other or other people. And then we will see you next week, next Sunday. That'll be week 52, full year of being I Am. We've had probably, I don't know, 50,000 people roll through here, maybe more. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. And you're more than you think you are. Like I am tapping into extreme wealth here. The likes I've never, I am really beginning to tap into pure energy. And it's, I'm actually so excited that to be able to share with you. And in fact, it's taken me since I was 22 years old. It took me every one of these experiences to actually be in a space today where I can do this. I think I needed every skill, every teacher, every experience I had. I can confront, hey, I'm good at this, man. And it's not me being good at it. It's that, hey, I'm the right paintbrush. I think that's the right way. I am the right paintbrush for this. And there's so many artistic that we have yet to discover all the brilliance out there. I'm really excited about it. So go out there and be brilliant. Love you. Thank you very much. Have a awesome Sunday.